The following is a lecture to the World Health Organization given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on June 6, 1974 in Geneva, Switzerland.
I thank you very much for your participating in this meeting. Our Krishna consciousness movement is based on the authority of this Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, I think most of you know, Indians or foreigners, and some of you must have read Bhagavad Gita. We have published Bhagavad Gita as it is, without any malinterpretation. The Bhagavad Gita, the author of the Bhagavad Gita is announced as the Supreme Personality of God. And the Hindus, especially the Vaishnava or not Vaishnava, Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Our Indian spiritual life is guided by the Acharyas, Sampradaya Acharya, the Ramanujarya, Madhyacharya, Vishnuswami, and Nimbarka. There is whole Indian spiritual culture is dependent on the guidance of these Acharya. And in the Bhagavad Gita also, in the 13th chapter, it is advised, Acharya Upasanam. One should follow the instruction of the Acharya. That is our Vedic civilization. And in the Bhagavad Gita also, it is said in the 4th chapter, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsayo vidu. The science of God, imam vivasyati yogam pratyamana hamabha. This is a yoga system, the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna says that formerly this yoga system was spoken by me to the sun god Vivashan, and Vivashan Manave Prahu. Then the sun god, whose name is Vivashan, at the present moment we get all information from the Shastra. Each and every planet has got a predominating personality, just like we have got on this planet a few presidents, but in other planets there are also presidents, and their name is also, because the duration of other planet is very, very great. The topmost planet, which is known as Brahmaloka, that is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Sahasra Juga Parjantam Arahajyat Brahmano Vidu. The many millions of years. Sahasra Juga, one Juga means 4,300,000 solar years, and multiplied by 1,000. That becomes the duration of one day in the Brahmaloka. So in different planets there are different duration of life, different standard of life. So all this information we get from the Vedic scripture, just like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Upanishad, like that, and we follow the instruction. That is good for human society. human society, if they do not follow the footprints of great acharyas, great saintly person, then there will be trouble. And that is happening actually. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna and Arjuna was talking, so Arjuna presented the after effects of war, that women will be widows and there they will not be able to keep their character, and then adharma, irreligious principle will begin. So he said, he was arguing like this, that adharma bhi bhavat Krishna pradushanti kulastriya strishu dushtashu vasneya jayati Varnasankara. The Vedic civilization is Varnasrama dharma. If the Varnasrama dharma is not properly protected, then there will be population who are called Varnasankara, mixed population. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, that is the natural division. The society must be divided. Chaturvarnam maya system, gunakarma vibhag. There is no need. The natural division, just like you have got natural division in your body, the head, the arms, the belly and the leg. Similarly, social division there is. Some of them are very intelligent class of men, and some of them are martial, spirited persons, and some of them are interested in trades and industry, and some of them are interested only for filling up the belly. So, this is natural division. Therefore, Krishna says, Chaturvarna Maya system. If this Chaturvarna, this division, the most intelligent class of men, they should be trained up as Brahman, Samadama Titikha, Arjava, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma Karma Sabhav. The social division must be there. The most intellectual class of men, they should be engaged in studying the Vedas and acquire the knowledge and spread it to the human society so that they may be guided and do the needful for peaceful situation of the society. That is guidance. The Kshatriyas, they are meant for protecting the society. Military power or martial spirit, when there is danger, attack, they give us protection. Similarly, there must be a class of men for producing food grain and giving protection to the cows. Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijam, Vaishyakarma, Sabhava. And the rest of the people who cannot work as intellectuals or as martial spirited person or cannot take to production of food stuff, they should assist all these three classes of men, and they are called Shudra. This is the social division. So, this is called Varnasrama dharma. The word dharma is used. Dharma means occupational duty. The dharma does not mean some religious sentiment. No. Natural division and the occupational duty. So here, Arjuna says, Adharma bhi bhavat Krishna pradushanti kulastriya strishu dushtashu vasneyo jayati Varnasankara. So, the precaution was to stop Varnasankara. Varnasankara means chaotic condition of these four classes of men. And next he says, Sankara narakayaiva kulaghanam kulasya patanti pitara jesham luptapindo dahopriya. There are so many talks about to keep the Varnasrama intact for peaceful condition. of the society. The modern problem, the overpopulation, we in the Shastras, in the Vedic literature, we don't find such thing as overpopulation. Because the living entities are already fixed up. From the Padma Puran we can understand that the living entities, they are very, very small particles of the Supreme Spirit Soul or God. Mamaivangsha Jiva Bhuta. And their dimension is also mentioned. Keshagra Satobhagasya Satodha Kalpitasya. The 1/10,000th part of the top of the hair. And Jiva Bhaga Savijñaya Sa Anantaya Kalpata. So the living entities are already Ananta, unlimited. In another place of Upanishad, Kathopanishad, we find that Nitya Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Jo Bahunam Vidadhati Kama. These living entities, they are maintained. Their provision for their maintenance is already there, made by God. So there is no question of overpopulation. The question is Varnasankara. Varnasankara, that is the problem. So the human life is meant for systematic organization of spiritual realization. That is human life. There is evolutionary process from low-grade life, from aquatics to trees, plants, from trees, plants to insect, from insect to birds, and then from birds to the beast, from beast to human being. So there are 8,400,000 of living entities in different species of life. And in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Sarva Jonishu Kaunteya Sambhavanti Murtayaja Tasang Mahajani Brahma Aham Bijapadapita. So Krishna or God claims that he is the seed-giving father of all these living entities. So as the father makes provision for maintenance of the sons and children, so God is not incapable. He has made provision for all these living entities. But when we mismanage, we become Varnasankara, there is calamity. So far I have studied, I am touring all over the world. There are enough places uncultivated. Especially I have seen in Australia and Africa, there is enough place that is not being utilized. In India also, there are enough places still that is not being utilized. And Bhagavad Gita says, Annad Bhavanti Bhutani. The maintenance of the living entities, Bhutani means living entities, can be done by production of food grains. Annad Bhavanti Bhutani. Then Pajjannat Anna Sambhava. And then it is said, Pajjannat Anna Sambhava, Jagyat Bhavati Pajjanna, Jagga Karma Samudbhavam. This formula is given in the Bhagavad Gita. That living entities, it doesn't matter whether animal or man, they are flourished, they are raised very nicely, provided there is anna. Anna means food grain. So we can produce enough quantity of food grains all over the world. And if we actually produce food grains, we can feed 10 times of the population which are at present. But unfortunately, we are not producing food grains. That is the problem. It is not the problem of overpopulation. It is the problem that we are not producing food grain. This is clearly stated, that unless you have sufficient food grain, How you can maintain? They have taken a policy that they would not, especially in the Western countries I see, that they will not produce food. They will raise some cattle and send them to the slaughterhouse for eating. This policy is going on. And this is not a very good policy. You produce your food grain. Why you should kill the innocent animals and eat them? So, on account of these sinful activities, according to Vedic civilization, there are 4 kinds of sinful activities. One sinful activity is illegitimate, illicit sex life. According to Vedic civilization, without marriage, no sex life is allowed. Therefore, marriage is compulsory. In every human society, there is marriage. But according to Vedic civilization, marriage is compulsory, sanskar. So, therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Strishu dushtashu vasneya jayate Varnasankara. If the women are not married, then Varnasankara population will increase. It is said. And as soon as there is Varnasankara population, the whole world will be in chaotic condition. So our Krishna consciousness movement, we are suggesting from the Shastras, from the Vedic literature, how to reorganize the human society. Actually, there is no scarcity of food, there is no scarcity of land, everything there is sufficient. From the Ishopanishad we understand, not only this planet, in every planet, there is sufficient arrangement. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyat, Purnasya Purnamalaya, Purnameva Avishya. It is actually complete. There is no problem. The problem is that we are not following the principles of life as they are enunciated, as they are enjoyed. Dharma, the word dharma, it is not a religious sentiment. Dharma means occupational duty. From Vedic literature you understand that dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranit. Dharma means the laws given by God. Unfortunately, at the present moment, they have no information what is God and what is God's law and how to abide God's law. They are all in ignorance and they are manufacturing their own way of life, every day changing. This will not solve the problems of human society if we actually follow the Vedic injunction. It is very simple thing. This whole idea is that everything belongs to God. Actually that's a fact. This is the Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Everything now this United Nations, they are trying to be united, but actually in the heart they have got this is my land, this is my land. The American thinking this is my land, the German thinking it is my land, Indian thinking my land. Actually there is no knowledge. Every land belongs to God. But they cannot come to this conclusion because they are godless, without any God consciousness. Actually that's a fact. Just as America, 200 years ago, this land did not belong to the Americans, it was there already. So to whom it belonged? Similarly, everything, this is the statement of the Veda. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. If we accept this, if the United Nations makes this resolution, then from this day they shall dissolve this so-called nationality. Accept this whole planet belonging to us, all the human beings, all the animals, all the birds, beasts, trees, as they are on this planet. If we accept this philosophy, there is no question of chaotic condition of the society. Actually that is the fact. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that whatever there is property on the land, on the sky, or on the water, anywhere, everything belongs to God. This is somewhere or other communistic idea, but it is spiritual communistic idea. The communists, they are making their center as the state. The Bhagavad makes the center as God. Everything belongs to God. The communist says that everything belongs to the state. And the Bhagavad says everything belongs to God. So from the idea, this is very nice idea. Now, we are, Krishna claims in the Bhagavad Gita that all the species of life, they are my sons. I am the seed-giving father. So the property is belonging to God, the Supreme Father, and we are the sons of God, not only human beings. Krishna says, Sarvajonishu, all species of life. Therefore, God has provided for everyone sufficient necessities of life. For example, just like we are human beings, only 400,000 of species. But other species, there are 8 million, 100,000 species. In Africa there are millions of elephants. They eat at a time 50 kilograms. Kg, what is that kg?
Kilos.
Kilos. But they are also eating. There is no scarcity of food for them. So it is a fact. Eko jo bahunam vidudhati kama. But because we don't believe in God, we manufacture our own ideas. Therefore we create simply chaotic condition. So according to Bhagavad Gita, as we are preaching, we are also opening centers, self-help center in New Vrindavan, West Virginia. We have already opened a very big community center. We are going to open in California also, and we have already opened in India also. That we occupy a certain tract of land, we produce our own food, we keep our cows and take their milk, and there is no scarcity, everything there. We don't require to go outside the land for our livelihood. So we are advising, we are making centers like that be self-sufficient, save time for the spiritual culture. That is human civilization. This was advised some thousands of years ago by Rishabdev. I will recite some verses that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is stated in the 5th chapter of the 5th canto. It is said, Rishabha Uvach. Rishabdev was the emperor of this world. He was advising his sons. So he said, Nayang deho deho bhajang niloke kastan kaman arhati vir bhujangaji tato tapo dibbang putrukajena sattang suddhe jasmat brahma saukham anantam. This is the instruction of Rishabdev to his sons, my dear sons. This human form of body, ayang deha, this body, no, not. Now, ayang deha, devbhajang niloke. Everyone has got a body. Cats and dogs, they are also possessing a body. And the human being also possessing body. So, what is the difference between the cats and dogs and human society? The Rishabdev says, ayang deho bhajang niloke kastana kaman na arhati jad virbhujang. To accept too much labor for the necessities of life. Kaman. Kaman means the necessities of life. This life, this human form of life, is not meant for that. It is meant for virbhujang, the hogs and dogs. The hog is whole day working to find out where is stool, where is stool. The human life should not be like that. Human life should be very peaceful and prosperous and save time for spiritual culture. That is stated here. Tapo dibbam, for tapasya, voluntarily accepting renouncement. This is human life. That is our Vedic principle. Compulsory sannyas. There are Varnasrama dharma, and so student life, brahmachari, then married life, grihastha, then vanaprastha, then sannyas. That is tapasya. The brahmachari is also trained up for austerity and penances. That is brahmachari. The grihastha also, because from brahmachari life they go to grihastha life, they are trained up in tapasya. Then again, at the age of 50th year, they give up the family life. They take vanaprastha. Only the husband and wife go out of home and travels all over the holy places. Then, when one is little trained up, he sends back his wife to the care of his grown-up children, and he takes on them. This is Varnasrama dharma. The so-called Hindu dharma, that is a gift of the Mohammedans. You don't find the word Hindu in any Vedic scripture. This Hindu word has come from the Mohammedan country. They used to say, the people of this part of the world, means across the river Indus, they call Hindus or Hindus. So, actually Hindu, that is not Hindu dharma. From the Vedic literature we understand the Varnasrama. Varnasrama, 4 Varnas and 4 Asrama. Varnasrama Charvata. In the Vishnu Puran you will find this word. In the Bhagavad Gita you will find, in the Bhagavata you will find. So really, Indian civilization or Aryan civilization, Vedic civilization means Varnasrama. Varnasrama Charvata, Purushena Parakrama, Vishnu Aradhati Pumsan, Nannat Tattosha Karan. So, this human form of life, here according to the instruction of the Shabda, is not meant for working hard simply for eating, sleeping, mating and depending. This is not human form of life. This is condemned in this Shastra. Human form, the civilization means they should mold the form of the society in such a way that easily we can live and save time for spiritual culture. Therefore it is said, tapo dibbam putraka. The tapasya, spiritual culture is necessary. Dibbam, tapasya means there are so many scholars. They also undergo tapasya for finding out, discovering, just like we have now discovered this atomic energy. That is also tapasya. Or something wonderful discovery. That also tapasya. But here it is said, tapo dibbam. Undergo tapasya, austerity, penances for transcendental realization, dibbam. In the Bhagavad Gita you will find, janma karma me dibbam, chujanati tattva. So we should undergo tapasya, penance, austerity for transcendental realization. Dibbam, tapo dibbam, putraka, my dear boys. This life, human form of life, is not meant for working so hard like hogs and dogs. This life is meant for tapasya and for transcendental realization. Tapo dibbam putraka, jina sattang suddhe. Satta means existence. We exist. But this existence is not pure. Therefore we have to accept birth and death, old age and disease. This is not pure. Actually we are living entities. Na jayate na amriyate va kadachit. The living entity never takes birth, neither dies. Na hannate hannamane sarire. This body being destroyed, the living entity is not destroyed. So, as eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is Satchidananda Vigraha, eternal, full of bliss and full of knowledge. But we have got this body, material body, which is full of ignorance, full of miseries, and neither it is only temporary. This is our problem. Therefore tapasya should be executed. How we can also revive our original constitutional position, Satchidananda Vigraha. This is called Suddheta Satta. Just like when a man becomes diseased, it is his duty to go to the physician, consult him, take some medicine to get out of the disease. Similarly, human life is meant for to get out of this disease. What is that disease? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarsana. So there are so many nice things, and they are very, very beneficial for the human life if we do not utilize the already information we have got in the Vedic literature. So then this temporary program to save us, that will not solve the problem. It will never solve. The problems will be more intricate day by day, and it is stated in the Bhagavad that some day will come when there will be no food grains, no sugar, no milk, no fruits, that these things will not be available. So these, they are all acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Maya dhakshena prakriti svate sa characharam. Prakriti, this material nature, in Bhagavad Gita, it is working under the direction of the Supreme Lord. It is not blind. So there is some direction. It is very simple to understand. Just like my bodily activities are being carried under my direction. So similarly, the huge cosmic body, there is also a director. But we have no information. We have information, but we don't utilize it. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Maya dhakshena prakriti svate satsaraj. So they are simply seeing the wonderful activities of the material nature. But behind this material nature, there is the direction of the Supreme Lord. So we have to study all this information and utilize for the social benefit. Then everything will be adjusted. If we simply become disturbed by the external symptoms, it is not possible to make them solve. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Daivi jisa gunamoyi mama maya duratpaya. You cannot make solution of the stringent laws of material nature. It will go. Just like the fire. If you touch fire, it will burn your finger. It will not consider that even if you are a child, if you touch fire, the material laws are very stringent. Karanam gunasangasya sadasat janma junis. So our only request is, those who are working in the United Nations in so many different departmental situations, if they will take advantage of this great cultural book, Bhagavad Gita, and try to study, and if possible, to implement in social life, everything is there, then people will be happy and there will be no problem and the chaotic condition will not exist. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Very good. So as this was a colloquium, I hope you may have some questions you would like to ask. Vedic knowledge touches on everything from art, literature, science, technology, and overpopulation has already been discussed 5,000 years ago in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we hope we can share this knowledge with you. And if you have some questions, His Divine Grace would be disposed to answer.
Swamiji, nobody will disagree with you that taking the world population at its present level and also the production at its present level, one can see that the distribution is very uneven. And it is also true, just leaving aside the predictions, the pessimistic predictions of demographers as to what will be the human population 500 years from now, or in year 2300 or whatever it is. And also leaving aside the deterioration of the environment as a result of the wrong technologies that are developing. It is true that there is, as you said, there is a lot of scope of additional resources, food production and other resources, if it is evenly distributed over the existing populations. Yet the fact remains that there are areas of the world where people are living in luxury and they are guarding their rights, territorial ones, as you rightly said, the national
so-called
ideas.
nationalism.
And on the other hand, there are river valleys overpopulated in certain parts of the world where people are living in misery. They are willing to work and they are willing to contribute their talent to the world in whatever way they can. And yet they have no opportunity. Now the problem is, eventually, of course, if we agree, as you said, that everything belongs to God, and this idea is also, as you pointed out in the Bhagavad Gita, but also in the Bible they say the earth is the Lord's. And in the Quran also it is said that al-ardu lillah, which means the same thing. The idea has been there for thousands of years. But the question is, until this idea is accepted and put into practice the way you said, what is to be done in the interim period? Because a lot of people are dying in misery,
One
living
thing
in
is
misery.
that
What is the solution?
the solution is that as soon as there is problem and you want solution, suppose there is some problem in legal affairs, so you go to lawyer. When there is problems of your health, you go to the physician. Similarly, our Vedic instruction is to, for solution of this all chaotic condition, one should tadvijnanatham sa gurumeva avigachet samit pani srutriyam brahmanishtam. So, you have to approach persons who can make the solution. So that is the injunction. Tadvijnanatham sa gurumeva avigachet. Who is Guru? Guru means Srotriyam, who knows all the Vedic literature, the information. Srotriyam and Brahmanishtam. Brahmanishtam means completely God conscious. These are two qualifications. Those who are claiming that I am God and cheating people, they are not Guruji. Guru means he is always Sakshad Haritena Samasta Shastri Ruktas Tatha Bhavata Eva Sadhi Kintu Prabhurja Priya Evatas. That is the definition of Guru. Guru is accepted as good as God, Sakshad Haritena Samasta Shastra, in all Vedic literature. Tatha Bhavata Eva Sadhi, and those who are learned, advanced, they accept it. But what is the position of Guru? Kintu Prabhurja Priya Evata. Guru is the most confidential servant of God. That is his position. So, people do not come to us, but we are going canvassing. This is the position. Solution is there, but they do not come to us for solution. We are going door to door all over the world. Here is the solution, sir. Here is the solution. But if they do not take, what can I do? This is our position. The solution is there. And we are canvassing. So please take this solution. But they will not take it. They will not hear us. They will hold big conference and talk all nonsense, and that's all. This is their business. And make the things more complicated, that's all.
Would you have any suggestions for...
Sunset is already I have given that utilize this land for cultivation. I have seen so much land vacant in Australia.
Yes.
Australia and especially in USA also. There is so much land vacant. They are not utilized. Whatever production, sometimes they throw it in the water. And I have heard in this Geneva that there was excess of milk production, therefore they want to kill 20,000 cows to reduce the milk production. This is their brain. Actually there is no brain. So for brain they should come to these shastras. They should take guidance, produce, utilize. But they will not utilize. Rather, the limited number of people, at least in India, all the villagers, they have been drawn in the city for producing bolts and nuts. Now eat bolts and nuts. If you work only 3 months, you get whole year's provision. Whole year's provision. The balance time you say, chant Hare Krishna. This is our motto. And be spiritually advanced, be a human being. Otherwise it is risky. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Tatha grihantara prapti dhiras tattanam. After all we have to change this body. However big plan we may make, we have to give up this plan and we have to change this body. But there is no guarantee what kind of body we are going to get. Suppose this life I am very busy for constructing a big skyscraper building, and next life, if I get the body of a cat or dog, so I will have to live in that house because I have got attraction as a cat and dog, and who will care for me? So these are the facts, because nobody can change the nature's law. Nature's law is exactly like infectious disease. Karanam gunasanga asya sadasat janma jonishu. They do not even believe that there is life after death. I talked in Moscow, a big professor, Kotovsky, he said, Swamiji, after death there is nothing. He is a big professor, he has no knowledge of the soul, and he is a big professor. This is going on. So, as far as possible, now, as gradually this godless civilization will go on, that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there will be problems, anavristi. Anavristi, there will be no rain. And durvikha, as there will be anavristi, no sufficient rain, there will be no sufficient production. Actually these things are already begun. Anavristi, and on the other side, taxation. Government taxation. In this way, people will be so much disturbed that they will give up their hearth and home and go to the forest. Achinna daradavina gachanti girikana. They will be so much harassed because there will be scarcity of rainfall, there will be scarcity of food, and there will be taxation. That how one can keep the brain equilibrium, will be mad. So unless we take the instruction of this Shastra, immediately we should take this instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Annat bhavanti bhutani pajjannat anna sambhava. Jagyat bhavati pajjanna. Therefore we have introduced this Hare Krishna movement. This is Jagga. In the Kali Yuga, this Jagga is possible. So, if all over the world, or make an experiment in some portion, just go, just like we are making samples in New Virginia. They are self-sufficient and the safe time is being utilized for Krishna consciousness. This is the remedy. But they will not take this. They have got their own remedy. So, a few men may be happy, so-called happy. The other day I saw in Calcutta, Mr. Kanunga, he is the son of a late governor of Gujarat. So he said he is the manager of that coal distribution government. So he said that now, being government concerned, the laborers, they are not working. They are sitting idle. So we have to increase the price, cost is. So this is the problem. People being godless, they are dishonest, they are not working honestly, and so many things. The only remedy is that people should be taught to become God conscious. And this method is very simple. Chant Hare Krishna. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam. Kalu Nasti. And samples are there. These European, American boys, they were addicted to so many bad habits. Now, Just see how sober they are and they are chanting Hare Krishna. So everything is possible provided you people take our instruction. Otherwise there is no other. What can be done? The remedy is there. The medicine is also there. And if you don't take the medicine, how the disease will be cured?
I will ask you refer to the departure of the villagers to the city and getting enmeshed in city life and the patients becoming a factory worker and all the evils which follow. And you suggested as a solution that if you live in the village and work only for 3 months, then enough food to eat. I like to point out that there is such a vast amount of unemployment in our villages in India. Vast populations are there who, despite working 12 months, are not able to make enough food because they don't own the land, they are unemployed, and that's why they run to the cities. It is not necessarily the good life of the city which attracts them, but they don't own the land, the land is owned by other people, and they are not free to live in the village as freemen and grow enough food for them. Now, this is a question of the means of owning of the means of production. And we still have the zamindari system, we still have the system under which people are being exploited, therefore they go. Unless there is some kind of a revolution by which we can curb the power of the landlord, how can the poor landless peasant in the village is persuaded to live in the village and not go to the city to pull a rickshaw or do other labor too?
You can come in. The thing is that it is the government's duty to see that nobody is unemployed. That is good government. Nobody is unemployed. That is the Vedic system. The society was divided into 4 divisions, Brahman, Khatri, Vaishya, Shudra. And it was the duty of the government or the king to see the Brahman is doing Brahman's duty, and the Kshatriya's duty, Kshatriya's duty, similarly Vaishya. So it is the government's duty to see that why people are unemployed. Then the question will be solved.
But they are the people who are also in the government. They are also the influential people, the moneyed people, the landlords. They are also have a strong voice in the government.
No, that means bad government.
Yes,
that is bad government. Otherwise, it is the duty of the government to see that everyone is employed.
But I am looking forward to the day when the Krishna consciousness movement can become a real revolutionary movement which will change the face of society.
Yes, I think it will bring revolution because the American and European young men, they have taken into hand. I have introduced to them, so I hope the European American boys, they are very intelligent and they take anything very seriously. So that now we are working for a few years, 5-6 years. Still, we have spread the movement all over the world. So I am requesting, I am an old man, I will die. If they take it seriously, it will go on and there will be revolution. Because we are not working whimsically, capriciously. We are taking authoritative version from the Shastra. And our program is to publish at least 100 books of this size. There are so many information. You can read all these books and take information. And we are now being received in America especially, a higher circle in colleges and universities. They are reading down these books and they are appreciating. So we are trying our best introducing the literature, practically working, instructing as far as possible. But I think if these boys, young boys, take it very seriously, it will bring revolution.
Is there a center in Geneva where this literature...
Yes. Yeah. You have not any literature having the address?
Yeah.
Give them.
This is our monthly magazine which we publish in French language, and this is a presentation book which shows the scope of our activities in the world. Our center is open, admission is free, there is no cost or pain to come, and if you only learn one thing, where is the question of loss? Krishna consciousness means that everyone can win something for the benefit of everyone else.
There is one thing, Swamiji, if I may talk, which I cannot reconcile. As an Indian, the question bothers me very, very often. I believe in a great many things you say, there's no question about that. Because I'm not a westernized Indian, that kind of given up. But what I cannot reconcile is the fact that we, who had this Vedic knowledge and all these things which you have just now said is the solution to all our problems, with all this knowledge, we have not been able to keep our society free from so many evils that could come. I'm not only referring to the poverty, but to the...
It is due to bad leaders. It is due to bad leaders.
They are our own people. They are didn't
But
come from
they may be
our
your father. Just like Prahlad's father was Hiranyakashipu, a demon. What can be done? Prahlad was a devotee and his father was a demon.
He has to be destroyed.
So he was destroyed, he will be destroyed. They are being destroyed. These demonic leaders will not stay. They will be destroyed. But everything takes some time. Just like I told you, that Gandhi, he understood the pulse of the country. He wanted to reorganize the villages, but our big Panditji topsy-turvy, everything.
Yeah, and we killed him. That was the first thing.
And we killed him, Gandhi, yes. So, this is Murkhaya upadesha hi prakapayana sadh. If a murkha is advised to do something, he becomes angry. Parpanam bhujanganam kevalam vishavardhan. So at the present moment, our Indian leaders are not very good. Blind. They have no knowledge and they are giving. They have killed our original Vedic culture and they cannot give anything. Gandhi wanted to give something, but he was also killed. What can he do?
I can show them our book, Moscow Talks. We have the Moscow Talks book here. The conversation with Professor Kotovsky.
You may see that in this presentation book we have a center in Mayapur, in Navadvip, in West Bengal. We are distributing Krishna Prasad. There is no problem.
Yes, in all our centers we distribute prasad. Anyone who may come, take prasad.
Does the movement involve itself in social movements of any kind? Because sometimes I'm sure if you propagate the good way, the moral path, you come into conflict with the Hiranyakashipus of the time.
We are spreading this, the best moral principle of Krishna consciousness.
But don't you come in and cross the distance to people who don't like you? Does it not mean opposed?
We are getting a better response from the Western countries than in India. In India, we see the leaders, they do not like it. They are now opening beef shop, wine shop. and we are preaching no intoxication, no meat eating. So actually we are not very favorable to their propaganda. They don't like us, the leaders. Now there is big signboard. In Juhu we have got a center, and the government has opened big shop, very big. And wine shop you will find everywhere. And we are preaching no intoxication, no meat. So how they will like us? That is the difficulty. It is folly to be wise where ignorance is bliss. But still we are struggling.
The value of this movement is that if we can prove on a small level, on a model level, that it works, then any scientific man, this is the empirical method, if it works on a small level, it shall work on a large level.
Yeah, like what?
Well, for example, when Isaac Newton discovered gravity, that discovery was a universal discovery, it was an axiom. If it works here, it will work anywhere.
No, that I understand, but in regard to your own work, can you give an example of something having worked,
Yes.
whatever you mean by work?
Cultivating the land, for example. We have communities, New Brindavan in West Virginia, California. We are establishing in France. We can absorb as many people as wish to come, and we can feed them all, and we still have surplus of foodstuffs.
Yes, in Virginia it has proved very successful. We are getting 80 pounds of milk daily, and from that
800.
milk, huh?
800.
800, yes, yes, 800. I'm sorry. So that milk product is sufficient for give them nutritious food. We are preparing ghee, just like India. They utilize milk so nicely, and vegetables we are growing. They are making sweetmeats, sandesh, rasgulla. There is enough milk product, and ghee. Ruchi, puri, very satisfied. And that is the basic thing.
Interesting example of the success of a cooperative enterprise, which is service. But would you consider something very new which has not been tried before?
No, the new thing is that they do not go outside for bread. That is the new thing. Here, at the present moment, in every big city, they are coming from 100 miles to the office. Now there was railway strike in Bombay. I was there at that time. Oh, people are suffering so much. From 5 o'clock in the morning, they are standing in queue for catching one, not bus, but this truck. The bus is on strike. So people are so much in difficulty. And if one train or two train was running, so many people smashed, they were on the top of the train. So the problem is why one should be induced to go 100 miles off from his home for earning his livelihood. This is a very bad civilization. One must have his food locally. That is good civilization.
Yeah, what do these people do for a living? Only grow food? These people don't live.
No, grow food for eating, and then they read all these books, they become spiritually advanced, that's all. Deity worship.
They don't need money?
Huh?
They don't need...
Then we get money, we sell these books also. If they require money, there is money also. But we live very simple life.